Hello, I'm Professor Susan Hunston of the University of Birmingham. This is one of a series of videos on grammar patterns. If you'd like to know more about grammar patterns, you can look at other videos on this channel or go to the grammar section of collinsdictionary.com. In this video, we're going to talk about what grammar patterns are. We're talking about verbs, nouns and adjectives and the kinds of words that follow them. Let's look at some examples. We all know about verbs that are used with two objects. Verbs like give or tell or make. For example, gave me this big box, told them all the ways they could cheat, made her tea. Other verbs are used with a noun and a preposition such as for. These are verbs like ask, blame, prepare and pay. For example, asked Richard for his opinion, blamed himself for swimming out too far, prepare people for retirement, paid us for that. But it's not just verbs that have patterns. Nouns also do, for example, nouns that are followed by the preposition in, nouns such as increase, help, participant and pause. An increase in cancer rates, help in their capture, a participant in the process of change, a pause in the conversation. Now let's look at some adjectives that are used with it and a that clause, like likely, obvious, awful and important. For example, it seems likely that the more games he plays, the more impressive he'll become. It's obvious that the unemployment rate is too high. It's awful that he's out of prison so soon. I think it's important that we start off with a definition. Knowing about grammar patterns is important to what it means to know a word. Knowing a word means knowing its grammatical behaviour. That includes what kinds of things follow it, what prepositions follow it, what kinds of phrases follow it, and what kinds of clauses follow it. The Co-Build Grammar Patterns project codified all these grammar patterns in the way I'm going to show you. So for example, no one asked Richard for his opinion. Asked is a verb followed by a noun phrase, for noun phrase, or VN for N. Becoming a participant in the process of change, participant is a noun followed by in and a noun phrase, or N in N. And it's awful that he's out of prison is it followed by a link verb, followed by an adjective, followed by a that clause, or it v-link adj that. If we think about words and patterns, some verbs are used with one or two patterns and some are used with many. Many nouns and adjectives are not used with patterns at all, but many others are used with one or several patterns. So how many patterns are there? Well, we've identified about 90 verb patterns, 60 noun patterns and 50 adjective patterns. But they all use a small number of elements, such as noun phrase, that clause, WH clause, to infinitive clause or ING clause. And they use the prepositions of English, such as at, for, in and with. More information about grammar patterns is available on this channel or go to the grammar section of collinsdictionary.com.